Hi guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel where we are learning Python for data science. So there's a question. The question is, how can I find odd numbers within a range? Right, so that's within a Python range. So we're going to start off by defining, okay, so what are odd numbers? Right, so pretty simple stuff, right? Odd numbers are, they are numbers that cannot be evenly divided by 2. So they are numbers that can't be evenly divided by 2. Right. So what we're going to do first is that we're going to create a function to find odd numbers within a range. So that's what we're going to do. Right. So I'm going to write a function. I'm going to start off by creating a function. So a function always starts off with a def keyword. And then we're going to give this function a name. We're going to call this find underscore odd underscore numbers underscore in underscore range. Yeah, I know that's wrong. That's long, right? But and we're gonna have two parameters, which is start, and we're gonna have end. So for a Python function, it ends with a colon. So now we have an indentation, right? So what we want to do is we want to find all odd numbers in a given range. So we're just going to use the docstring here to make this okay. So we're going to find all odd numbers in a given range. Right, so this is what we're going to do. So that's why we have our start and our end there. Now, so the next thing is I'm going to create odd underscore numbers, and in here I'm going to initialize an empty list. Now I'm going to now throw in a for loop where I say for num in, so I'm going to have a range. Now this range is going to have a start and an end, right? So that's, oh, oops, sorry. It's going to have a start and end, right? Now the next thing we want to do is we're going to write an if statement, and we're going to introduce a modulo operator. So here I'm going to say if num modulo, and remember what modulo does, divides a number by 2 and then gives us the remainder, right? So if we divide it by 2 and we use the opposite of the equality operator, not equal, then we say 0, right? So here what it's saying is if the number is not divisible by 2, it is odd, right? So that's just typically what that is. So here we are going to take our odd underscore number, so that's it over there, and then we'll append num to it. So we're just going to append num. So num is what it's in here. You can see that. Then we end up returning, so we're going to return odd underscore numbers. So that's what we're going to do. So this is our function. So we run this and no error. So now how do we use it? So here is an example. Now, so what we're going to do, we're going to have start, and in start we're going to have 10, and then we're going to have end, and in end we're going to have 20, and then of course we're going to have our odd numbers here. So we have odd underscore numbers. Now what we're going to put inside, we're going to put in our function here, so which is over here. find underscore odd underscore numbers underscore in underscore range. And we're going to have our start and end, right? So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to have our start, comma, end. So now we have this. So what do we do? Just to make it look good, I'll just introduce some. I'm going to write a print statement, or rather, I'm going to a print function. And what I'm going to do is I'll use an f string. So right now I'm using just about everything in the bag, right? For anyone who's a beginner, all these things are just in the bag for you to learn Python, right? So I'm just going to use an f string and say odd numbers between, and you know it's an f string, right? So that means I use a curly brace and I insert start here and another curly brace for end, right? And then another curly brace here. I'm going to have odd underscore numbers and close it with a curly brace, close the f string, and of course we close it over here. So we run this. So you can see that now the odd numbers between 10 and 20 is over here. So this is typically how you find odd numbers within a range, right? Again, we're going to do like a recap. Created a function, right? And it has two parameters. Then we initialize an empty string, an empty list, and then we wrote a for loop where we know that we're going to have numbers in a range and it has a start and an end. Then the if statement here, which is a conditional statement, lets us know that if the number divided by 2 is not 0, then that's our odd number, right? Then we just append the num, which is this iterative variable, the temporary variable here, to our odd number, which is our empty list, and return the odd numbers. Now, for our example, we start with 10 to 20. Our odd numbers, or our odd underscore numbers, is going to now have our function here that's going to have a start and an end. Then we use the f string to make it readable, right? And now we have this. So we can always, I can change this. I can make this 50 again and run this, and you're definitely going to see it like this. So I hope this helps you understand how to find odd numbers within a range.